or just even if superstition's a strong word, a weird habit that they got into during training camp that they felt was necessary?
Not that I could think of. I mean, the only weird thing I think was, which I think everybody would find weird, but it was interesting. Costa would never warm up. He just would go out and fight.
What do you mean not warm up?
Like a lion.
I wouldn't even bring focus mitts or tie pads.
No drilling?
Nothing.
No drilling, nothing.
Usually
shadow box for 10 seconds,
Really?
Yeah, and he'd go out and fight. So I think that was always interesting. You know what I mean? And he was good. So it wasn't like
Right.
I mean, but there were times even like in Atlantic City, somebody would look that he'd be busting everybody's balls. They couldn't believe it. You know what I mean? Then
he would just go out dry like that, huh?
And he'd be making fun of the guys that were like
warming up.
I don't want to say dry because he probably broke a sweat moving around, like just walking and we weren't waking him up and he was going out, but he'd throw a couple of punches and he'd just want to get out there.
Yeah.
But no warm up though. No wrestling.
That's kind of badass.
So you're telling me you find that weirder than anything Luke Cummo did?
No. Well, that was I should have just looked at the wall and went, Luke, I don't remember what he did weird. He warmed up, Now,
I was thinking more like
warmed up.
drinking pee and shit.
Yeah, well, no, that's not, that's his life. That wasn't.
Oh, that's not. Oh, you're saying life,
He's
not
saying
the fight.
any fight is
fight stuff, not like life weird.
Like you were saying, fight stuff,
Yeah.
Oh, not pre-fight. You're thinking pre-fight.
Stuff.
I was thinking weird, like.
No, I'll give you a good Luke Cummo story since you guys are into stories and all of that stuff. So, obviously, he gets to the finals, the finale. He's on the show. They think he's crazy. It's already, he's facing his bed to the north to get the chi coming in. He's doing. I don't know if you ever see this. Did you ever see that episode season? No, you got to watch it.
Yeah.
So they've already designated him that he's nuts, but he's a likable guy. He's lovable. So they had a thing where I guess you couldn't, you had they come in at the time that, you could bring banners and stuff like we were talking last week with the sponsors, but they would always check everything and sometimes they'd block crap out. They'd have to, so you had to wear certain shorts. You couldn't do any, you couldn't bring your own shit. So I don't even know that. It's season 2, so we're kind of, it's like growing pains on the job. So he makes his own shorts because he likes sewing and, and you weren't allowed to do that. And we're getting ready to go out and Bert's like, you got to change your shorts. No, I'm not changing. So now it's like, it's a standoff. Luke, you have to change his, he goes, Bert, don't take it personal. I can't change.
Don't
right.
Take it
so now,
personal.
But you know what it's like to be in the
right.
Like you hear the music playing and it's getting Bert's like, Luke, I'll never forgive you. So Matt goes, Bert, you saw the show. He's fucking nuts. He's not taking the short. Like it's nothing. Blah 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 blah. He's not taking those shorts. So I'll cancel the fight. I'm telling. Cancel the fight. The shorts ain't coming off. He finally, so he goes out. He's not taking the shorts. So I remember Matt having to jump in there. Oh, he fought in the shorts.
The greatest stand.
So he fights Stevenson, and I'm probably downplaying the story. Bert was like screaming at him at one point. Bert, and everybody loves Bert. So now we feel bad. I'm like, Luke, take the shorts off. And then Matt's going to Bert. Bert, he's nuts. He's not going to do it. You're not like talking to a normal guy. And he goes out, he fights Stevenson. I think he loses. It's definitely a close fight. I don't know if it was a split or maybe unanimous. I don't know. But it was close. It comes down to probably the last minute of the fight. And it was such a good fight that Dana came in the thing and he said, don't worry about the shorts. That was the moral of the story. He says, don't worry. If the fight would have sucked, he probably would have never had another fight in the UFC. But the fight was good. And he said, don't worry. And then I called Luke. I told Bert, come here. And I made everybody apologize to each other. This isn't good. We're squashing this thing. That's it. Luke said he was sorry. Bert accepted. And I go, wow, this is crazy. Yeah.
Crazy.
But you have to know it wasn't like we were in the back with an hour to go.
Right. Music's playing.
Yeah, it is. we're down to like 2 minutes. I mean, and I don't even know how he's going to even change the shorts at this point. But, you know, and you got to remember, while Bert's talking to him, Luke has a mask on. So he's not even talking to him. He's talking to a guy behind a mask. I mean, so actually.
I want one more Luke story.
Yeah.
Did he not eat after weigh-ins?
Yeah, oh, no, it's he's
Incredible.
He
right?
weighed in. Underweight too. I remember it was like for a 170-pound fight. It was
170 fight. He's fighting a guy who's a huge 170. Probably came in about 195. I think the guy's name was Tandem McCrory. I mean, he was a big dude.
Yeah.
Big dude.
And I think Luke came
But he's
in that
fighting
fight
at
like
170.
167.
He probably weighed about 164. So back then you weren't weighing in your shorts. You could weigh in sweatpants. So he puts ankle weights on to get him up to 170. Right? Because he's balls deep into whatever stupidity he's doing with the diet. And he puts ankle weights on so he gets up near 170. Because if there's more than like a 7-pound thing, they won't even let the fight go on.
It was still under though.
I think he was still
like
under.
I remember it being like 167 or 160.
What did he do? What did he do to rehydrate? He fasted. He didn't even eat. So he probably, when the other guy comes into the fight at like 195, maybe 200. I mean, the guy was huge. Luke came in at like 161.
And he still did good in that fight.
No, he lost the fight.
He lost the fight.
He got
I would have
taken.
died. Could you imagine?
He got taken down. Yeah,
He got taken down. Yeah,
the guy
but
was
Ray,
mauling him.
could you imagine if you fasted for days and then tried to fight?
No. He fasted after the
After weigh-in.
This is a sport,
Yeah.
too.
When most people do the
hydrating
opposite.
up.
Yeah.
This is the best sport
So
in the world.
this is-
Just for stories like this is incredible to me. This is insane.
This is crazy.
Absolutely
That's
insane.
why I wanted to bring that one up. I
Yeah.
was like, that to me is always the craziest because all I want to do after
Well,
I weigh in is
the
eat.
weirdest part of it all, he sees nothing wrong with it. Like, he
No, he's a perfect
he doesn't
one.
get it. Like that's the problem with the whole
Yeah, well,
thing.
that's
What's wrong with that,
most
right?
people like
Yeah.
that.
Ray, you never want to give up a 35-pound difference to your opponent? What are you talking
And
about?
I'm telling you,
You think you're like Steve, just fight in the absolute division, fight monsters,
Oh,
not care about weight classes,
congratulations, Steve, by the
Steve?
way.
Yeah,
Congratulations on your winning the absolute
Yeah, we'll
division.
get that. I think how it goes too is he was crying after the fight when he lost, and I'm like, what are you crying about? Are you crying because you know it was crazy that you fasted? I didn't even know why you're crying. Like you kind of self-destructed. You purposely put yourself in a deficit that nobody could overcome. Like I was confused. I really wanted to know, like, why the fuck are you crying? Like, because you know you made a mistake. Give me something.
Right. Then at least it would make sense, right? You're like, oh, I fucked up. I shouldn't have did
right.
that. So
Give me
he's
some-
I can't believe I listened to that guy. Or did,
no, he.
Just nothing.
No.
There was other reasons that he lost that
fascinating.
fight. Maybe he didn't have his bed at the right angle when he was sleeping.
That might be it, yeah.
You know.
Those
Although I
little
tell you
things
what,
matter.
Here's
a
the
lot of
thing.
athletes are superstitious.
No,
I mean, I like to do.
And again, you're agreeing with reality defines your life.
Steve-
If you think that's why, then that's why.
That's why.
You-
I want you to subscribe. Subscribe. Hey, I'm not joking about that subscribing, okay?